Hello everyone. Welcome back to Science Free. In this tutorial, we'll be evaluating functions. We want to evaluate this function, which is f of x equals 5x squared minus 2x plus 8. The instruction asks us to find f of a plus 1. That means the input value for the unknown value, which is x, will be f of a plus 1. What we have to do is simply replace the x's in the equation with the given value, a plus 1. The first x in the equation is raised to the power of 2. So we need to also be sure that we don't leave out the exponents. In this case, we have to use the rule for order of operation by working out what's inside of the brackets, raised to a power. A plus 1 between brackets is raised to the power of 2, which means we should have 2 of the a plus 1 multiplying together. We get rid of the brackets now by using the distributive law, in which we'll be multiplying all the terms in the first bracket by all terms in the second bracket. But remember, there's a 5 outside the bracket, so we again have to write the result we get when we multiply the terms in brackets, between brackets again. Then place a 5 outside to multiply by everything inside. A times a gives a squared. A times 1 gives 1a. 1 times a gives 1a. 1 times 1 gives 1. We also will multiply this 5 by everything between the brackets. 5 times a squared gives 5a squared. And we write the results along with the signs that are between them. These signs are plus signs. 5 times a gives 5a. 5 times a again give 5a. 5 times 1 gives 5. We need to now work out the terms between the second brackets. There is a minus 2 outside, so we need to multiply that minus 2 by everything inside. Minus 2 times a gives minus 2a. Minus 2 times 1 gives minus 2. We rewrite the plus sign, then 8 after. The last step is to group all the like terms. 5a squared is the only unique term, so we just rewrite it below and move on to the others to find their like terms. 5a plus 5a are like terms, and also this minus 2a. 5a plus 5a gives 10a. Minus 2a gives 8a. So we then write a plus sign along with 8a. The other like terms with each other are 5 minus 2 plus 8 and 5 minus 2 plus 8 equals 11. We are now finished working out this one. Let's move on to the other example. This example requires us to find f of minus 4, which means minus 4 is the input value. So we replace the x term with its value of minus 4. Also we replace all the x's with minus 4. Minus 4 between brackets is raised to the power of 2, that is simply minus 4 times minus 4. Negative times negative gives positive, so the answer will become a positive 16. Minus 9 times minus 4 gives a positive 36, which is a plus sign then 36. We write along this plus sign, then 6. Minus 4 plus 2 gives minus 2. A larger number with a minus sign, adding to a smaller number, we will get a negative answer. 16 plus 36 plus 6 gives 58. 58 divided into 2 gives minus 29. This function with the crossbars is called absolute function. Whenever solving functions with crossbars, we need to write the answer between crossbars. The input value for the term x is a plus b. Two times a gives 2a. We write down a plus sign after. 2 times b equals 2b. We write minus 3 after. There is nothing left to work out since there are no like terms. This function is called a root function since we are working with a square root. We want to find the value of f of 21. So we replace 21 with x. We do 21 minus 13. We get 8. We can leave the answer as the square root of 8, or we could simplify it in the radical form. 2 times the square root of 4 gives the square root 8. The square root of 4 is 2, so we are left with the simplified form as 2 times the square root of 2. We would normally bring the term that is not under the square root sign to the front of the number which is under the square root sign. We are now at the last example. If f of x equals x squared plus 3x plus m, and f of 2 equals 12, find the value of f of 5. The first input value we have to solve for is f of 2. This means we want to first solve f of x when f of x input is 2 and output is 12. Lastly, we are asked to find the value of f of 5. So we now replace x with 2 and make the equation equal 12. Two squared equals 4. 3 times 2 gives 6. We write back this plus sign and m. And then make the equation equal back 12. 4 plus 6 are like terms, so we can add them. And we get 10. We want to transpose to find m, so we move over the 10 to the right behind the number after the equal sign, and it will become a minus 10. This is the transposition rule. A video link on transposition will be provided in the description. 10 from 12 gives 2, so the value of m is 2. The last instruction asks us to find f of 5. So we have to now substitute 5 for x in equation f of x. We found m to be 2, so we replace the letter with a number. Let's go ahead now and substitute the input value 5 in the equation. 5 times 5 gives 25. 3 times 5 gives 15. We write back the plus sign then 2. 25 plus 15 plus 2 gives 42. Here's one for you to try. You can send us your working out through our email that I placed in the description. Thank you for watching. We'll be continuing on functions in our next tutorials. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, or you could send us an email through our email provided in the description.